Hello everyone, welcome back to Star Trek Resurgence. We're now on part 3, so let's go! In the last episode, Carter became a Riz Master thanks to the radiation. Um, and yeah, Jara got her mission and we met Spock! Seat of Power. Ooh.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari.
Hello,
We are
lady.
honored you have come. My name is
Thank you.
Silas Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours. And this is Commander Jara Rydick,
First officer
aboard
aboard the USS Resolute.
You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Lydians.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Nice. You look like a dick. And oh my god, look at them. They're beautiful. Look at their eyebrows. Bro, I want them eyebrows.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
Okay.
I think we're about to begin.
Cool, okay.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here.
Let's keep an open mind.
That may be true. But let's keep an open mind going into the negotiations. Hopefully he's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
The Hotari have invited us as their guests, so we must show them the proper respect.
Okay. We're on it. Here we go. Yeah, we show them respect. We show them respect. We do what Spock said. Okay, she looks happy with us. That's good.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours.
Shut the fuck up,
We
brother.
demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Lydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Why?
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced.
Oh shit. I'm not
Point
messing with
is
her.
well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
I'm trying to keep an open mind here, but it's not easy. I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
Me.
She can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Okay. Let's do this. Hola.
Now then, what is your name?
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
Being a Cobia, you would know better than anyone. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians.
The Kardashians? Where's Kim K? Where is she? Where is she? Kim K? Oh, Kardashians. Okay.
Not unlike how we have been treated by the Alidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Alidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet!
Yeah, fuck you, bro. And fuck you too, I don't like you.
You finally had the chance to right that wrong. To get out from under their control. Would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
I would negotiate a peace.
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Perhaps, Commander Rydek. Perhaps. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most.
Damn.
The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty.
It is
Ambassador
very much
Spock
my
would have
interest.
us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace.
That's because we try.
So why are you really here?
Peace, innit, bruv?
I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
As Ambassador Spock has said, we've come seeking a peaceful resolution to this conflict, and have no interest in your dilithium.
I'm not nearly as naive as you must think. The Federation has done business with the Alidians for decades, which makes me question your motives.
What they haven't said, but cannot...
Okay, we made those two happy, that's good. So Spockers. Ambassador Spock admired Jara's deft diplomacy under pressure when she was being questioned by hotari Queen. Captain Solano was proud of Jara's diplomatic acumen when Hotari Queen put her on the spot on the Queen's ship. Sweet!
Deny is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without a Lydian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari.
Yes.
We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Alidians?
No, this is a very...
Only be one or the other, not both.
Alidians.
If there can only be one, then it would be in the best interest of all involved if the Alidians resumed operation of the mines.
And that is why we should not trust our fate to the Federation.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
You do well to listen to her.
And you do well to hold your tongue.
We will take back our minds by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I like your chin. Not hers. I like his too. Look at those. Shit. Okay.
I would agree, Ambassador Spock.
Nailed it. Let's go.
I think this is best left to those of us with more experience in diplomatic matters.
Okay, fuck you. Bitch. Uh-oh. Did that make him unhappy? Okay, no, we're good.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers.
Okay.
We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Okay. Huh. Appreciate water. Mmm.
Soothing.
Water. So nice.
Such rough terrain.
Okay, that's actually quite a
No
beautiful
wonder
planet.
the hotari are so tough.
Right. So you can talk to her. Talk to the dickhead. Oh, we'll start talking to these guys because we sided with them. Hello, bro.
I have to say, I fully expected you to side with the Hotari. But obviously the Federation wants a steady supply of dilithium. Something only we can offer. Without Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. Left to the Hotari,
It can be mutually
it would
beneficial.
be nothing short of a disaster.
Restoring the status quo and returning the mines to Lydian control offers a stability that can be mutually beneficial.
Well said. In that case, everyone wins, and there's no need for bloodshed.
Thank you, my boy.
Major Solid Arminta, Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander.
I love his eyes, bro. Look at the crosshair.
I have my
And I want his
issues with
eyebrows.
the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But
What really
who
happened?
am I to say otherwise?
Something tells me there's more to the story. So what really happened?
Yeah, tell me.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself.
That's impossible.
But that's what they said.
The energy readings we've seen are off the charts. There's no way they'd be able to somehow harness it. That sort of technology doesn't even exist.
I know. I felt the same way. But each person told the same story.
Okay, he's gone off.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Goodbye. Okay. We spoke to him. I reckon he'll give us more. Hello, Sidron.
Commander, after hearing so much about the Federation's sense of fairness and justice, I was surprised that you sided with the Illidians. In all honesty, I expected more, especially from someone like you.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
On the Illidians' terms, apparently.
I assume you were there, the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed.
Okay, explain.
And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Illidians
Did you have help?
realized their worst nightmares upon them.
Did you have help from someone else?
Hotari stands alone against the Elydian forces.
Oh, guys, they got no
We
allies.
don't need help from anyone. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
That's not true,
Ready
but
to contend
okay.
with anything the Elydians might have in store.
No.
Or is that not true? Maybe
Resolute
I've
can hold its own.
misjudged it.
I wouldn't say state of the art, but the Resolute is plenty capable and can hold its own against just about anything.
Let's hope so. Because at the moment, it's the only thing preventing them from wiping us off the map.
Sidron,
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Yeah. Let's go.
Commander, if I could have a quick word with you.
Of
Of
course.
course.
You're right. I have to admit, I was surprised when you said the Elydians should control the dilithium trade. I was under the assumption the Federation was neutral.
We are completely neutral.
Maybe I was wrong.
I can assure you, we aren't on anyone's side. We are and will remain completely neutral. You have my word.
I hope that's true. For all of our sakes.
The
I saw you
subtitle's
speaking
wrong.
with the Elydian. I'm sure they're painting themselves as the victims.
The Elydians are under the impression the Hotari are somehow the cause of the Ion Storm.
Which I'm sure they attribute to our lack of experience or sheer inferiority.
Right,
But
okay.
we are as much the victims of this horrific storm as they are. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down.
Oh, it's reminding me of
Galvans and
Skyrim.
Fawn have become national heroes.
Oh, really?
Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
They are against peace?
I take it they're against a negotiated peace with the Elydians.
Heroes tend to want more of what made them heroic.
Okay.
If it were up to them, they'd wage all-out war and bring ruin upon us all. My fear has been that the Elydians will launch an attack and crush us.
Oh, they will.
You've seen their starship, no doubt.
Oh shit, I've only just noticed that.
Mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Was it for fear of the repercussions, once the Federation became part of the equation?
Possibly. But I almost want to say this was from the very start. Before engaging the Federation was even on the table.
That's a good shout.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. Made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist.
Are you sure of
I
this?
strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Are you sure of this?
It's been the talk of the palace since the day of the revolt.
How
Thank
can
you.
we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Yes!
Thank you.
You are welcome, brother.
We'll let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
Goodbye to whatever the fuck your name was. Trisnos? Tylus? Whatever the fuck. Yeah, we'll call you Tresnos for now. Let's see. We're going the wrong way, I've just realised. We've got to go back through this door. Do 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 do. Hello.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Illydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
I learned a lot, my friend. Come on, Tresnos lady. Yeah, back with my boy Carter. I love him so much.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently, the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Yes.
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
Might be a storm.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clearer picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Yay, my boy looks so happy. The scientific method. Look at them go. Do, do.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Shuttle piloting. Flight. Shuttle to complete a mission. Okay. Altitude fly forward, altitude fly backward. That one turn, that one strafe. The storm will push your shuttle and stay focused and maintain your course. Okay.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
No, we know.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
Oh, you don't like Jara, bro? Damn you, bro. I actually kind of like you. We're almost there. Through this tunnel. And here we go.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position.
That's our first probe gone. Sweet.
Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
You okay, brother?
Don't get me wrong. Things are definitely trending up with Commander Rydek. She's put my ideas into action. And she listened to me when your life was on the line out on the hull.
That sounds like a good thing.
It is. But I'm still trying to figure out if she's right for the job. She didn't go through what the rest of us did. Still got chosen to be #1.
She's a great leader.
She was actually siding with me.
From what I know, Rydek's a real leader.
Yeah, that is what we need, isn't it?
From a first officer? Sure.
Fair enough.
Test is running. Warp.
Do I have him on the thing? No, I don't.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
We gonna drive and look for another one? Am I gonna drive this?
With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there.
Yeah, I'm driving again. Woo!
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me.
You sound like a guy from Skyrim.
Don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap.
But you're a people person.
If he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
Well, if you're asking, I think you're a people person. After all, here we are. Me, an enlisted officer. You, one of the senior staff. Talking like old buddies.
I should send Solano to talk to you.
Bring him on.
I'm sure you can handle him. You've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. Who knows? Solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day.
Wow.
Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot.
Not a bad idea.
And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
You know, I'd be the best leader Starfleet ever had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems Command causes. Maybe I'd just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
You gotta remember where you came from.
Oh, I do have him! Commander Westbrook enjoyed his conversation with Carter, coming away with the impression he's smart, pragmatic, and confident in his knowledge of the ship. Yay! Let's go! Man, I love Carter so much. I think he's my favorite out of the 2 protagonists, but Jara's badass as well. Anyway, here we are. Probe time.
Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3,
2,
1.
That's crazy.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, hotari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Okay, locate interference peaks. What am I doing? Just hovering it along space? Oh, there's one.
We got something.
That's
These
2.
markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Oh, there's one bang on the Resolute. Go up a bit. Right a bit. Down a bit. We go up, and then we go along the middle. That's this not it? There we are.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it.
This is an attack.
Nothing I've ever seen.
We're under attack and we didn't even know it. We need to stop them. Unplug whatever it is they're hitting us with.
Now, look here. Current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern.
They caused the storm.
And this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
The Hataris are bastards. We knew it. That Lydian dude was right.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this.
Suspicions.
One thing
Okay.
is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out.
Okay.
A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Illidians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought
Oh,
they
that's
found
her name.
something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question.
To stop Galvin and Sidron.
She doesn't like the way Galvin and Sidron have been manipulating the situation. And the Queen. Working with us to go around them isn't the same as betraying her people.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless
They want
changed
war.
their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Given their indifference to the negotiations, and what we now know about this warp-disrupting weapon, it's almost as if they want to start a war. And Sidron was convinced the only thing the Illidians respect is force.
I would say he's right about that. But at least they know when to hold back.
But that does not explain why they would turn their aggressions against us.
I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Arminta said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harness the energy of the storm.
Yeah, bro.
Just the energy of the storm.
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illidians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Yeah, bro. Get back.
Commander Ryder,
So we are under
sorry to
attack.
interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Okay.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
What the fuck is that?
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Uh-oh.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope
Guess we'll
she
see you
escaped
soon.
without harm.
It was hard to tell.
We have to help her. Send another shuttle.
We're
Or
not
maybe...
doing anything yet. Not until we know more. Let's see this.
Captain Solano liked how Jara expressed concern about danger Tylus might encounter by helping the
Whatever
Federation.
the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
If this warp disruption attack isn't enough justification, I don't know what is. We have every right to defend ourselves.
In due time.
I don't want to escalate this without a better idea of what we're getting into.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
Thank you. Thank you, Spock. We love you, bro.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari.
Contaminant protocol.
Even better than our probes. So
Oh no,
build the sensor
containment.
and
Fucking hell, I can't
interfaces
read.
for the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
Nailed it.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Yeah.
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
Here we go.
One. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
You okay? She's looking angry. Why is she looking angry? Yeah, my boy got. Let's go, boy. My boy showed off and he's scoring the
I'll
women.
apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Let's go this way. Ah.
Here, I'll help.
Let's go, team. Oh, yeah. Yes.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Oh, what? You meant that.
We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you?
I know everything about you too, baby.
Tools, systems.
I'm good at what I do.
Starfleet technical manual.
What can I say? I'm good at what I do.
Including you, baby.
I can see that.
Haha! Oh no, that actually pissed her off. Miranda noticed Carter's usual confidence was leaning towards cockiness when she returned from her time. Oh no.
Come on, start pulling chips.
I'm sorry, honey. Fuck. Okay, we'll fix this. Okay, we'll fix their relationship. We're good. I don't have to do this with all of them, do I? What the?
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Where is it? It's there. Boom.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer
Dude, I'm annoyed of how angry she looks. I didn't mean to fuck up.
matter on a subatomic level.
It's okay. We'll fix their relationship. It's okay. We'll fix it. Is Carter gonna pick it up?
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue.
I like a woman who's
We don't
rough.
know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
It does pose a threat.
Well, if it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device, some kind of sabotage, or even a bomb.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
I can't make an exception. Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are.
Okay, they're gonna have a falling out. Hugely.
I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack.
If you think you can.
Tested vessels.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it without getting in trouble.
I'll find a way.
Be very careful.
Did we do it? Fix our relationship? Damn it! Let me fix it, please!
Okay, stand back.
Aye, aye, Captain. Look at this baby go!
Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Is someone seem off with her? Yeah! My boy!
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
My boy fixed. Let's go. Let's go. I think we're all good again.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you.
Same, bro.
Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked.
No, I thought the same
Maybe she
too.
knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast?
Yeah, there was something a little off about her.
Like that talk about sending a distress call? That was pretty out there. Although...
Ursula noticed how Carter shared her suspicion when Miranda returned from the Hotari. Okay.
You didn't seem to think so. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it.
Let's hope she don't go crazy.
You, me, and Miranda too.
You, me, and Miranda too. We're gonna go down to the space zoo. Hey. Symbols and legends.
was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydick, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder.
Okay.
It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon, originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Find a matching symbol. Okay. Could be this one. It's not that one. Not that one. Not that one. No. Dude, I don't see any symbols here. It's not that. It's not Klingon. I don't think it's Klingon. Okay. Let's lean with this one first. Oh, that was it? What was it?
99.2% match.
Oh.
Got it.
Found it. Sweet. Takon Empire.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Takon Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Takon were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Reckon the Hotari or the Takon.
It's possible the Hotari found Takon technology.
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Takon is limited. I have only
I've heard of Takon.
references to them.
Actually, I've heard of the Takon.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Takon outpost.
Enterprise D's got a reference, let's go!
6.4. The USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takon outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takon Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
Yeah, bro.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Portal 63.
The Takon Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takon Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takon Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takon outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away team argued on behalf of both
Riker, let's go!
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
So the Hotari are pieces of shit. That's a good thing to know.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful.
Yeah, bro.
Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy draining field the Takon used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then current Starfleet science.
The
It's the same
engineering
here.
team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
They might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
Sweet. Let's do the planet.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
This is starting to get interesting. What's the
There
restrictions?
appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
The Illidians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology...
So yeah, this is set probably after one of the Picard films aired.
For all we know, this could be just the beginning.
The Hotari have a big advantage.
This kind of power in Hotari hands, it could be dangerous. For everyone.
Agreed. Which is why we should find a way to neutralize it if we can.
If it helps. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
We need to know what's down there. What the Hotari are hiding. To better understand what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Assuming you're up to the task.
Yeah, bro.
Absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll assemble an away
The
team.
away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone.
Wait, what?
I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen...
Tylus will be essential.
Tylus will be essential to my success. Not only her knowledge of the mines, but her ability to gain access, particularly now that we know which mine we need to get into.
Make sure she understands the need to keep this covert.
She's not going to want her people to know about this.
Get in touch with...
Captain Solana couldn't help but be impressed by Chara's intelligent approach to the mission. Despite the Lieutenant Burgess was inspired by Jara's boldness when discussing how to address the Hotari threat during the senior stuff. Sweet.
Make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illidians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed.
Thank you.
We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Let's do this. Yeah. And we're going to the moon. And I think we're going to end that episode there before we go any further. So, we almost started a fucking war. That was fun. Thank you so much for watching. We love you all, and we'll see you in the next episode. Love you all. Bye-bye. Peace.